Goals galore out in League Two as Bolton were involved in a 9-goal thriller, but unfortunately for them, they were on the receiving end. We'll talk about that and more next. Right, folks, back once again with another British show today. We take a look at match day number 17 out in League 2, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe and keep your bang up to date with all things League 2 related, Blackburn Rovers related, all football related, as we edge closer to Christmas. That's right, of course. Yes, games, goals. Plenty to talk about in League 2, including Newport as they continue to dominate the League 2 standings at the moment. We'll take a look at that in a minute, of course, but a big shout out to the patrons working behind the bloody scenes. I do appreciate that, guys. You are, of course, a big part of the channel moving forward, and I do appreciate your support, especially from this whole year. This whole year's been a struggle, of course. Everybody's finding it hard, but I do appreciate your support and backing at this time. And again, if anyone wants to join those illustrious brothers, we've got 21 of them right here, right now. We're trying to get the numbers up to 25 by the end of the calendar year. It's going to be a bit of a push, but if you like to do that and become the latest member of the gang, check out the link down below, patreon.com/Roverseas. Of course, there are other links down there: Twitter, Twitch, Facebook. We're trying to get those numbers up as well. I've got an ambitious goal of 250 for Twitch, but realistically, I don't think that's free to go. You can just go over there, you smash the thing, and you can put a smile on my bloody face. But anyway, let's get into it. Of course, take a look at how we all got on last time around out in match day number 16. Of course, there is a bit of a double match day, so we've got to get these bad boys out quick and fast. And if you're quick and fast, you'll get your picks in nice and early. You might get a couple of Brucey bonus points. Of course, let's kick it all off. What took place last time out on Saturday, the 5th of December, St. Nicholas Day. Scunthorpe 2-0 winners over Leyton, Orient. A big week for those, actually. Scunthorpe up to 18th now in the league. 2-0 win on the day. Can I refresh? Let me have a look at the score. Oh, bloody Nora. Come on, think about it. They're struggling trying to find out the scores, of course, last time around. Computer says no. So Scunthorpe 2-0 winners over Leyton Orient. Ryan Loft on the score sheet. Alfie Bastine on the score sheet as well. Scunthorpe took the 2-0 win. I actually went with the 2-1. I saw it, but I read between the lines on that one. Stevenage continue their recent bit of form. Actually, just one defeat past 6 for them now. Meanwhile, Barrow against Salford ended up as a 1-0 win for Salford. Actually went the other way. Actually went with the draw on this one. Not many goals in that one, though. Ashley Hunter on the score sheet for Salford as they move back into consideration. They're up to 7th now in the old playoff spots for them. Bolton against Port Vale. 9-goal thriller. 9-goal thriller on this one. And guess what? Port Vale got themselves 6. Bolton got themselves 3 in a 9-goal Bobby Daz. You don't see that very often. Gethin Jones, Joan Doyle and Lloyd Icegrove on the score sheet for Bolton. However, Manny Oliekulade, Leon Legg, Tom Colon, Christian Montano, David Warren and Nathan Smith scoring 6 goals for Port Vale as they move above Port Bolton into the standings once again. Heading into this, Bolton actually unbeaten in at least 5 games. So the flip side, Port Vale without 5-game losing run. So they bounce back in a tremendous style on the road as well. So good result for them as they keep on their belief of maybe a playoff push as well. Bradford City, what's gone wrong with them? What's gone right with them? They lost to Carlisle 1-0 on the day. My picks on the left, the real deals on the right. Actually went with a 2-1 win for Carlisle. It was a 1-0 win on the day, though. Goal scorers on the day. Wars respent on the score sheet for Carlisle as they move comfortably to the 4th spot now, looking very good for themselves. Actually went with a 2-1 win, so it's not too shabby. Cambridge, they lost to Oldham, another form team in the moment. Oldham are on the climb, just 1 defeat past 4 for them as they move in a 16th spot at the moment. Of course, 2-1 winners on the day. Conor McCaney, Alfie McCalman as well, with Paul Mullen, should I say, on the score sheet for Cambridge. They're still doing well though. Check Cambridge in the top 6. I'm sure they want bigger fish to fry there. So a 2-0 for me. Shame on me. 2-1 for Oldham. Final score. Cheltenham though, 5-3 winners. 8-goal thriller in that one as they beat fellow chasers Exeter City there as Cheltenham maintain a top 3 status, of course. Goals on that bad boy. Let's take a closer look at George Lloyd on there. Alfie May, Leon Sercombe, Andy Williams and William Boyle as well. Archie Collins, Matchday and Nicky Law on the score sheet for Exeter as they were on the receiving end of an 8-goal Bobby Dazzler going in favour of their hosts on that one. 5-3 in the end. Stevenage Southend ended up 0-0 on that bad boy. Of course, Southend still struggling at the moment. No goals. Got that one bang on the nose. That's bang on the bloody nose. Harrogate against Forest Green Rovers ended up with a 1-0 win for the Vegans. Of course, 1-0 win to keep their belief alive as well. Where are they now in the situation in the old... they're actually 3rd. The Vegans are doing very well for themselves. 1-0 goal. Jamie Malt, or Jamie Malt, Matt, whatever. He scored on the goal scorers on the day for Forest Green Rovers. Meanwhile, Mansfield Town against Crawley ended as a 6-goal thriller on that bad boy. 3-3 apiece on there. Goal scorers for Mansfield: Ryan Sweeney, George Lapsell, and Andy Cook, with Max Walters got a couple of goals there, and Tom Dowson-Lisbon on the score sheet for Crawley as they took a share of the spoils on that one. Morecambe, though, of course, Newport the winners, of course, taking on Morecambe, 2-1 win on the day to maintain their top of the league stats. Top of the pops, oh yeah. Top of the pops with a big fat W over Morecambe. Goals on the day for Newport: Patrick Eamon on the score sheet, Matthew Dolan as well, Carlos Mendes Gomez on the score sheet for Morecambe. Stephen Andrew got himself sent off as Morecambe. Still in mid-table, just one win the past 5 for them, 1 in the past 6, but still realistically within touching distance of that top 7 there. It's very, very tight. Tranmere, though, they suffered again their first loss, I think, in a long, long time against Warsaw, 3-1 on the day. Tranmere also in mid-table obscurity at the moment. They need to make another exclusive push to get themselves in the top 7 there. Alaji Odoyaboyo on the score sheet, Weston McDonald and Dan Scarr, with Liam Feely on the score sheet for Tranmere, of course. And wrapping up, I went with a 3-0 for Tranmere. Grimsby suffered a defeat against Colchester, 2-1 on the day. Actually went with a 2-0 win myself, as Holloway's boys suffered another defeat. Luke Hendry on the score sheet for Grimsby, Tommy Smith and Callum Harriott on the score sheet for Colchester as they move towards the top 7 as well. But yeah, unfortunately for those guys, I've got myself 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for me, which is okay, but not brilliant. The table looks like this: Newport County leading the charge at the moment, Cheltenham on second, Forest Green Rovers are third, Carlisle not too far away either. Then you have Exeter, Cambridge and Salford. Down the foot of the table, Southend and Bradford going down, goodness gracious me, on goal difference as it stands. Leyton, Orient, Colchester and Tranmere within striking distance. Morecambe and Bolton not too far away either. Of course, it is still early doors as we edge closer to, what is it, around about the third way through the season, something like that. So still a lot of games to be played. It's all reshape at the end of it. But I think one thing is pretty much nailed on. I think Southend are having a bit of a bad season this time around. Of course, that's my picks. What about you guys? Of course, this is the criteria: not 3 in shit face game, 4 to 8 straight face club, 9+. Top bins, lads. Top bins. Here we go. Ivan Stringer did shy. Shepherd also did shy, but he's okay. The D-Man did bits, not too bad. Ola Hamilton, not too bad either. Who's that? Simples 976 also did very, very well. Ossalta did shocking. Alaji Ojo, you did okay, brother. Not too bad indeed. Okay, did okay. Nathan Eva also did poop, but you're all right. Cody Cahoe, not too shabby either, of course. Russell Frost also did very, very well. Full Stop did bits. O.S. Gavil also not too shabby. Yannick Buster also did good. Richard Dawson not too shabby. Alex Weller did okay. Game in Charlie not too shabby. Wheel Keep Yard did absolutely shocking. Give you a round of applause for that. I don't know why. Yogi Jackson also did very, very well. LG and Cow also did good. And Ultra Omar Mirror also did poop. It's okay though. Don't worry about it. It's Christmas. You're going to get to have good ones and bad ones. Let's take a look at the situation out in the leaderboard. Don't close your eyes, Ivan Stringer. Close your eyes. But open your eyes, Ollie Hambling. Okay, Omar Escobar, Jacob Jacobson, and LG and Cow. As you 3, 5 are your kingpins this week and this week alone. So bow down to your kings for this week. There they are. It looks like if your name begins with O, except for Olaji Ojo, you're doing all right for yourselves. But what about your overall kingpin? Who is your overall kingpin out in League 2? Let's take a little look at it slowly but surely. Game in Charlie and Omar Escobar, of course, are your kingpins. They are your kings. Bow down to them right now as they lead the charge with 49% success rate, just under half, as they try to become the kingpins. Overall, still a lot of change can happen here. Again, if some guys taking weekends off, they could still bounce back if they want to get in between in a bit. Of course, other people who are watching this for the very first time, you think, I've got no chance. There's still 2/3 of the season left to go. You may not make it to the top, but you could probably break into the top 10, because I'm looking at this right now. I don't think Alex Weller did participate. Any of the top 10 didn't participate this week. Let's have a quick scan at it. Okay, maybe not the top 10. Ultra Omen Mirror was there. Cody Gaho did, yeah, he did it. Richard Dawson, he had a day off. No, he's there. No. Maybe the top 20. Brad Petford, he had a weekend off. Look at that. So you could probably easily get in. The D-Man as well, he played. Ivan Stringer had a shocker. So High has not been here for a while. So you could easily make it. You could easily climb that table. Easy peasy. And especially this week, of course, because we have 14 matches to predict. And we're going to kick it all off with Grimsby up against Newport County, of course. Let's take a look at it then. Pretty sure 17 times the past. 5 wins for Grimsby, 7 wins for Newport County. And whatever left, there's the draws on that one. Of course, last 6 is 2 wins for Grimsby, 3 for Newport, and 1 bloody draw. Last time out was at Grimsby. It was a 4-2 win for Grimsby back in February 2020. Bradley Gamston on score sheet, Josh Benson, James Hanson, and Max Wright on score sheet for Grimsby, Jordan Green and Patrick Eamon on score sheet for Newport heading into the this. Of course, 1 win in the past 6 for Grimsby, not good. That was against Crawley, of course. On the flip side, without a defeat in 5. Newport came last time they suffered a defeat was in the Papa John's Trophy against Plymouth, winning 3 and drawing 2 in the process. Quick look at the bookies. Odds on this one: 54 for Grimsby, 5-4 on for your Newport. 5-2 is your draw, of course. Big week for Newport County. They could go impressively up to what are they? They could go to 39 points. They could go 7 points clear if they win the 2 games this weekend. Of course, everything else goes their way. But of course, Grimsby come to this in 20th spot. But for them, they could actually go as high as 18th on this one, just with this match. Of course, I've gone with on this one a 0-0 draw. All eyes on it. Well, not really, because there's 2 games going up. But I've gone all eyes on it, and maybe just maybe that's a point that will give Grimsby the belief that they could climb the table. I still believe that they got something in it. I do believe in the Ian Holloway, but maybe this is a bridge too far for him. Next up, of course, we have Scunthorpe taking on Colchester United. Again, double match week for these guys. Played each other 17 times in the past. 6 wins for Scunny, 1 win for Colchester, and 10 bloody. They'd like a draw, these two. The last 6 is 2 for Scunthorpe, nothing for Colchester, and 4 bloody draws, including a draw last time at Scunthorpe back in around about this time last season. Of course, it was 2-2 draw. Abdo Issa on the score sheet, Kevin Van Veen as well for Scunthorpe, Luke Norris and Luke Prosser on the score sheet. The Lukes combining there to give Colchester a show of the sports. Heading into this, pretty much identical form on the flip side. Just 1 defeat the past 6 for Colchester, that was against Exeter. On the flip side, 1 defeat the past 6 for Scunthorpe, that was against Bolton. However, if you want to take a look at identically, Scunthorpe were actually in the better form, winning 4 out of the past 6, whereas Colchester winning just the 3. So it's kind of not you can't write them off just yet. 64 for the Scunthorpe for the victory, 25 is your 95 is your away win. That is Colchester. Of course, heading into this, of course, Scunny coming to this in 18th again. They've got a couple of games in hand on the teams above them. Win all those, and guess what? They could be up to 11th in the table. Taking this one into consideration, they could be up to 15th with the W on this one. Colchester on the flip side, they are in 9th. The win for them, they could actually go as high as 5th in the league. I'll go with Scunthorpe on this one. The form is there. They'll get at least a point out of this, but I'm going to go with them all 3. Next up, of course, we're going to the weekend, which will kick off on the 12th of the 12th, is Carlisle up against Stevenage. Now, these two sides play each other 19 times in the past. 9 wins for Carlisle, 7 wins for Stevenage, and 4 bloody draws. Of course, the last 6 is 1 for Carlisle, 3 for Stevenage, and 2 bloody draws. Last time out, it was, of course, in Stevenage, it was a 3-2 win for Carlisle back in September 2019. However, last time played each other in Stevenage was a 3-0 win for Stevenage back in April 2019 with Arthur Innerton and Curtis Guthrie with a couple of goals there for Stevenage heading into this. Of course, heading into this game, Stevenage unbeaten in the last 4 games, winning 2 and drawing 2. On the flip side, Carlisle come to this winning 4 of the past 6. So 2 teams in pretty good form if you want to look at it on a broader spectrum here. 10-7 on for Carlisle. They are the favourites. 5-2 is your 17-4 is your away win for Stevenage. Stevenage are struggling though into a 2nd spot, but a win for them. They could actually go as high as 19th. Whereas Carlisle come to this in 4th, and mathematically a win for them. They could go as high as 2nd in the table. Of course, I've gone with Carlisle though to win. I'd like to see them get themselves promoted this time around. Next up, of course, we have Crawley up against Barrow. They played each other just the 6 times, 2 wins apiece and 2 bloody draws. Last time out there was in Crawley. It was a 3-2 win for Crawley back in February 2011. 3-2 win. Goodness gracious me. Andy Cook and Paul Rutherford on the score sheet for Barrow. Craig McAllister, Richard Brodie and Pablo Mills on the score sheet for Crawley. Heading into this, 1 win the past 6 for Crawley. That was against Grimsby. Sorry, that was against Wimbledon in the FA Cup. On the flip side, 4 defeats on spin for Barrow. They are on a bit of a downward slope at the moment. Heading into this, Crawley 64 for the victory. 11-5 is your draw. 90-10 is your Barrow on this one. Of course, Barrow coming to this in struggle. 21st spot on a bit of win for them. They could actually go as high as 19th. On the flip side, Crawley coming to this on the rise. 15th spot at the moment. They're actually a win away from going into the top half of the table in 11th spot with a win and everything else going their way. Gone with a draw though. Barrow to scrape something out of it, but I think it's a little bit. I think more likely Barrow will lose this one. But I'm giving them the belief that they'll get something out of it, and the something will be a point at most. I don't think they'll win this one, so Crawley will not lose it. That's what I'm saying. Exeter City up against Tranmere. Of course, let's take a look at this one. Then shall we? They play each other 10 times in the past. 3 wins for Exeter, 6 wins for Tranmere, and 1 draw. Last 6 is 2 for Exeter, 4 for Tranmere. No draws. Last time out there was in Exeter, was a 1-0 win for Tranmere back in 2019 in March in League 2. James Norwood on the score sheet for Tranmere. Of course, heading into this, Tranmere just 1 defeat the past 5. That was against Warsaw just the other day. On the flip side, 1 defeat the past 4 for Exeter. That was against Cheltenham the other day as well. Look at the bookies' odds on this one, then shall we? Exeter 11-10 for the victory. 3-1 is your Tranmere. 13-5 is your draw. Of course, Exeter coming to this in 5th in a win for them. They could actually go as high as 3rd. That's automatic spots, boys. A win for Tranmere though in 10th in a win for them. They could go as high as 5th above Exeter with a goal swing, of course. Going with 3-1 win for Exeter. They'll maintain that top 6 status, or even top 7 even, and maybe even make it into the top 3. Next up we have Morecambe against Harrogate. Of course, they played each other earlier. They've not played each other. This is the first time they'll lock horns, and they come into this Morecambe in 13th, Harrogate into 17th right right now. Morecambe coming into this just 2 defeats in the past 6, whereas the flip side, 4 defeats in the past 5 for Harrogate. Their only win was against Mansfield at the back end of November. Heading into this bad boy though, shall we? Of course, the bookies odds are on this one: 7-4 for Morecambe, 31-20 for Harrogate, 9-4 is your draw. Harrogate, of course, with the W in 17th, they could go as high as 11th in the spot in the table. Morecambe coming in 13th in a win for them. They could actually go as high as 6th in the Bloody League. That's playoff talk. That's playoff talk for Morecambe. I've gone with it though. 2-1 win for Morecambe. I believe in the Morecambe. Yes, I do. Next up though, we have Walsall against Bolton, of course. Bounce back ability. Bolton need to get back onto this one in the quick time. Of course, the picture of the 10 times in the past. 2 wins for Walsall, 7 wins for Bolton, and 2 bloody draws. Of course, heading into this, the last 6, 1 win for Walsall, 5 for Bolton, no bloody draws. Last time picture was at the whatever they call it, Reebok or whatever it is, Community Stadium, whatever it is these days. 5-2 win for Bolton back in 2019 in January. Last time out though at Walsall was a 1-0 win for Walsall back in September 2016 with Jason McCarthy on score sheet for Walsall, Joe Edwards and Kishi Anderson both getting sent off for respective teams. Heading into this though, Bolton just 1 defeat the past 6. The rest have been wins. On the flip side, 1 win the past 6 for Walsall. That was against Tranmere the other day, and then losing or not winning the previous 5, of course. So yeah, difficult one to call this one. Heading into this, Walsall 5-4 for the victory, 23-10 is your Bolton, 11-5 is your draw. Bolton out to 12 but a win for them. They also could go into the top 6, top 7, whatever it is. Of course, Walsall coming to this in 14th spot, the same sort of deal, same ambitions. They could actually go to 8th with a W on this one. I've gone with Bolton to nick it. I'm hoping they've turned the corner now, and I think they could start to believe that they are a playoff team at the very worst. Next up, of course, from Forest Green Rovers, then Vegans taking on Cambridge. Of course, this one's fruity. Cambridge is 6th, Vegans into 3rd. They played each other 23 times in the past. 9 wins for Forest Green, 4 for Cambridge, and 10 draws. They like a draw, these two sides. They played each other 6 times in the past. The 5 wins for the Vegans, 1 win for Cambridge, and no bloody draws. In fact, last time they played each other in Cambridge was 1 win for Forest Green back in September 2019. Heading into this, though, the last time they played each other at Vegan Park was a 2-1 win for Forest Green. That was back in April 2019. Heading into this, the Forest Green Rovers are actually unbeaten in the last 4, winning 2 and drawing 2. On the flip side, Cambridge without a win in 4. Actually, a bit of a ropey bit of form for them heading into this. The bookies odds on this one. What do we have at the bookies odds? Even Stevens for Forest Green, 11-4 for Cambridge, 23-10 is your draw. Forest Green coming to this in 3rd, and a win for them. They could actually go as high as 2nd. Cambridge, they're coming to this in 6th, and win for them. They could go as high as 5th with a W. I've gone with a 3-1 win for the Vegans. They'll smash it. They'll take it. All 3 points. Next up, of course, we have my boys, or my tip, Grimsby taking on Mansfield. Of course, played each other 23 times in the past. 11 wins for Grimsby, 9 for Mansfield, and 3 draws. The last 6 is 1 for Grimsby, 4 for Mansfield, and 1 draw. Last time out at Mansfield was a 1-0 win for Grimsby back in January 2020. On the flip side, last time played each other in Grimsby was a 1-0 win for Mansfield, of course, back in October 2019. Hayden White got himself sent off for Mansfield. However, Christian Pearce with the winner late for Mansfield, of course. So a bit of a good result, that one. Of course, last time out, or the last 6 heading into this, Mansfield just 1 defeat the past 6. That was against Harrogate. On the flip side, 1 win in the past 5 for Grimsby. That was against Crawley. Of course, again, Crawley double match week for them this week. Will they be ready for this one? 21-10 for Grimsby, 11-8 for Mansfield, 11-5 is your draw. Of course, Grimsby coming to this in 20th, and again, if they win both of these games, they could mathematically go up as high as 14th. Whereas Mansfield coming to this in 19th, and for them, they could actually go as high as 18th. Not much movement, but again, getting the points on the board. Gone with a 0-0 draw on this one. Back-to-back draws, back-to-back 0-0 for Grimsby. Not really much to get excited about, but 2 points in the bag. Moving on. Leyton Orient up against Newport County. Of course, they played each other 8 times in the past. 4 wins for Orient, 3 for Leyton for Newport, and 1 bloody draw. The last 6 is 3 for Orient, 2 for Newport, and 1 bloody draw. Last time out at Brisbane Road was in the FA Cup early in the campaign. Just the other week, actually, it was a 2-1 win for Newport County, of course, with Ashley Baker, Jamie Devet on score with Hector Kayaponu on score for Leyton Orient. However, last time I played it in the league was also in January 2020. It was a 2-1 win for Orient, of course, at Brisbane Road. Ryan Haynes with a big fat OG. Ross Saturu as well for Leyton Orient, with Jamie Matt getting a consolation goal on this one. Of course, Newport coming to this unbeaten in the last 6, just 2 defeats all season. On the flip side, Leyton Orient coming to this 1 defeat in the past 4. That was against Scunthorpe the other day. Of course, heading into this though, bookies odds on this one: 2-1 for Leyton Orient, 11-5 is your draw, 7-5 is your away win. That is the leaders, of course, who come into this. And of course, they'll be playing earlier in the weekend. They could open up a whopping 7-point lead over the chasing pack if they're to be victorious on this one. Next up though, Leyton Orient coming to this in 8th in a win for them. They could actually go as high as 5th in the Bloody League. I believe though in Newport County to get the result on this one. Back-to-back away games and back-to-back unbeaten campaign for Newport. Next up, of course, we have Oldham up against Bradford. They played each other in the past 79 times, 34 wins for Oldham, 25 wins for Bradford, and 20 draws. A lot of games. Played each other the last 6, 5 wins for Oldham, 1 for Bradford, and no bloody draws. Of course, last time out it was at the Vale. It was back in the FA Cup. Earlier in the campaign, it was a 2-1 win for Oldham. Of course, do we have the goal scorers on that? We should do. It was only the other day. The goal scorers on the day were Conor McKaney on score sheet and Danny Rowe for Oldham, Clayton Thompson on score sheet for Bradford. Last time they played each other at Boundary Park in the league was in League Two. That was back in February 2020. Zachary Dearney, Johnny Smith and Mohamed Mucci on the score sheet for Oldham as they took a 3-0 win. Heading into this, just one defeat the past 5 for Oldham. That was against Tranmere, whereas Bradford have lost 5 on the spin in all competitions, of course, heading into this. 6-5-4. No, it's not. It's 6-4 for Oldham. It's 90-10 for Bradford. 11-5 is your draw. Bradford are in a bit of a situation here, but a win for them. They could actually go as high as 19th for the table. Oldham coming to this in 16th, and a win for them. They could actually go as high as 11th, and maybe just maybe Harry Kewell can deliver the goods for Oldham against Bradford. I think he will this time around, though. 2-0 win for Oldham as they continue to climb the table. One of the form teams as well right now. Next, of course, we have Port Vale up against Colchester. They played each other 25 times in the past. 10 wins for Vale, 11 wins for Colchester, and 4 bloody draws. Last 6 seasons, 1 for Port Vale, 2 for Colchester, and 3 draws. Last time out at Port Vale was back in February 2020. A 3-0 win for Port Vale. Tom Colin on score sheet. Mark Cullen with a couple of goals there for Port Vale in a 3-0 win. Of course, heading into this, just 1 win in the past 5 for Port Vale. That was against Bolton, 6-3 win. Of course, on the flip side, Colchester coming to this, a 1 defeat the past 5 for them. That was against Exeter back in the end of November. Look at the situation out at the bookies. The bookies have Port Vale 6-5 favourites for the victory. 11-5 is your Colchester, 25 is your draw. Of course, Port Vale coming to us in 11th. With them, they could actually go into the top 6, whereas Colchester coming to us in 9th. And for them, it could actually also go as high as 5th in the table. So it's tight. But I'm going to go with Port Vale with a 3-1 Bobby Dazzler on this one. And into the final 2, we have Salford up against Cheltenham. This one's fruity as well. They played each other in the past. Just the one time, it's been 1 win out of 1 win for Cheltenham heading into this. Of course, that was back in September 2019 with 2-0 win for Cheltenham at Salford. And it was Ryan Broom with a couple of goals there for Cheltenham. Heading into this, Cheltenham unbeaten in the last 5, picking up 4 wins and a draw to boot. On the flip side, Salford just 1 win in the past 3, of course, in all competitions, and that was against Barrow just the other day. On the flip side, heading into this, the bookies, odds on this one 29-24, Cheltenham 90-10 is your Cheltenham, and 11-5 is your draw. Of course, Salford coming to this in 7th, and a win for them, they could actually go as high as 5th in the table. Of course, Cheltenham coming to this in 2nd, and mathematically, they could go top of the box, oh yeah, top of the box. Big fat W if they were to win, and of course Newport would have slip up in their 2 games. And according to my eyes, they're going to get 4 points, so it looks like they won't go there. But I've gone with a win for Salford on this one, to 2-1 in the end, to surprise, put them into contention for not only playoffs, but also automatics. And wrap it up, it's the battle of the S's, of course. Southend taking on Scunthorpe with a picture of the 25 times in the past. 9 wins for Southend, 11 for Scunthorpe, and 5 bloody draws. The last 6, 3 for Southend, 3 for Scunthorpe, and no bloody draws. They're overdue a draw. Last time picture that was at Scunny, it was at March 2019. 4-1 win for Scunthorpe in League 1. Last time picture at Roots Hall. It's up here, lads. It's up here in League 1 back in November 2018. It was a 2-0 win for Southend. Timothy Ding on score sheet, and Sam Matham as well for Southend. James Perch got himself sent off for Scunny. Heading into this, Scunthorpe just 1 defeat the past 5. That was against Bolton. On the flip side, just 1 win the past 5 for Southend. That was against Warsaw quite a few games back. They're looking absolutely toothless at the moment, Southend, and the bookies odds 23-20 for the host. 9-4 is your draw. 6-5 is your Scunthorpe. On this one, Scunthorpe coming to this in 18th again. Mathematically, they could potentially shoot themselves up to as high as 11th with back-to-back wins. But if they win just this one, they could go as high as 15th for the table. Southend coming to this with 6 points on the board, and a win for them, they could actually get 9 points, but they ain't going anywhere. I've gone with a win for Scunny with a 1-0 win in the bloody end. Let's just say all of these magical results come on in, bang on the bloody nose. This is what the table will look like at the end of it. Newport County leading the charge, 5-point cushion over Cheltenham, who are in 2nd. The Vegans up to 3rd, or remain in 3rd. Should have saved Carlisle, Exeter, Salford, and Cambridge make up your power 7. Southend and Bradford going down. As for my boys, or my tips, Grimsby not doing too well. Bolton into the top 9, Morecambe as well into top 10 as well. So not too shabby indeed for most of them. That's it, my boys. That's my picks. Be sure to get your picks in nice and early for this one. Of course, just it's a bit of a staggered week. A couple of games midweek, and then the rest of them on the weekend. We'll be back next week for Matchday number 18 out in League 2. Of course, be sure to give the video some love and smash the thumbs up, and of course, smash the subscribe down below. And also check out the links in the old description. We have Twitter, Twitch, Facebook. Of course, they're all free to go over there. Just smash on the old likes to get my numbers up. We're trying to get high up to over at least 200, 250 of followers on Twitch. We're going to have exclusive content probably into the new year on Twitch, you know, just like we're going to be doing some weird stuff, some fun.